Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeet Bhatia again. Welcome back to this beautiful afternoon, and we are here again back to discuss your legal maxims and some legal terms that might show some response in your papers like CLAT and AILET. As you all know, my name is Sanjeet Bhatia. I'm a law mentor at Pratham Test Prep. I'm a graduate from National Law University Bhopal myself, and I've been mentoring thousands of students across the globe for these exams. Now, first thing first, hit like, share, subscribe will be great. That you can do is will always help us and motivate us to make more videos for you. So you can definitely do that. Now, coming to the next part, if you are not a part of a Telegram channel, do make sure that you are making subscribe to our Telegram channel. Also, you get all the free updates, materials, and everything for that matter, and you don't have to even pay a single penny for that. So you can definitely go and subscribe to our Telegram channel. Also, it is under the name of CLAT @Pratham. If you are looking for any other queries to ask us directly, you can give us a call on 5 times 975 392. The number is flashing on the end of your screen, so you can definitely call us on the numbers that are there on your screen, right? So the first legal maxim for the day, I will start very quickly. The first legal maxim of the day is nemo det esse judex in purpurea, right? Sua causa. That means no man can be a judge in his own case, or no one ought to be a judge in his own cause, right? So if you read, when you will go in the law school, you will also read that if someone has a hidden motive behind giving a judgment also, then also he is not allowed. If he is farly related to the judgment, if he'll get any benefits out of it, that person cannot be a judge in that kind of a case. So basically, no man can be a judge in his own case. That is definitely true. A father cannot be a judge in a son's case, right? Because there is an inherent bias that is always there when a person is judging himself. So definitely this maxim fits perfectly. That means that no man can be judged in his own case. That is very, very true. Or it can be said in another manner, which is no one ought to be judged in his own cause, right? So you cannot be a judge in your own cause. You cannot be taking any dictation decisions on your own regarding anything, right? Because you cannot be a judge, a perfect judge in your own case, right? So this is what the first legal maxim of the day says. Now the second legal maxim you can read on your screen is Numo Punitor Pro Elinor Delicato, right? Which means no one is to be punished for or for the crime or the wrong of the another, right? So अगर किसी और ने crime किया तो आप उसके लिए punish नहीं किए जा सकते. That is a very, very basic thing that is being said in this legal maxim also, right? You cannot be punished for the crime of another person. If someone else has committed a crime, you cannot be punished for that crime itself, because that is not fair, right? Natural justice के रूल्स के अंदर ये फिट नहीं बैठेगा अगर आपको किसी और के क्राइम के लिए पनिश किया जाए तो. स्ट्रिक्ट लाइबिलिटी की बात होती है, वो डिफरेंट है. बट अगर कोई क्राइम करके आ जाता है स्ट्रिक्ट लाइबिलिटी के अंदर भी, तो वो कोई आपके रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के अंदर नहीं आएगी, ना कि आप उसके लिए पनिश हो सकते हैं, राइट? अगर आप अपने ड्राइवर को बोला कि भाई आप गाड़ी चलाओ, आप मेरे को लेके आओ एयरपोर्ट से घर तक, right? That is for example, right? And the driver in between gets out of the car, shoots someone, and then comes back and picks you up and drops you, then you cannot be punished for the murder that he committed, right? So you cannot be punished for the crime of the driver itself. So that is how this maxim works perfectly. Now coming to the next case for the day, that is the Nova Constitutio Furicis Forman Impore Det Non Perteris. That means a new law ought to be prospective and not retrospective in operation, right? Basically that means कि उसका जो एप्लीकेशन है वो फ्यूचर के अंदर होना चाहिए और पुराने केसेस पे नहीं होना चाहिए. अब इसके अंदर एक एक्सेप्शनल केस है, राइट? कि अगर वो लॉ, ठीक है, बेनिफिशियल इन नेचर है, राइट? इफ इट इज अ बेनिफिशियरी लॉ, राइट, देन देयर कैन बी अ रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव एप्लीकेशन आल्सो, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल, देयर इज अ रीसेंट लॉ ऑन दैट मैटर, दैट इज द हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली मैटर, वेयर द women of the family were to be given a share in the property, right? So that was the case that was happening, right? So in that case, it was said that this law will be applied retrospectively because it is a beneficiary law. It will give benefit to the women. Why? Because they will get a share in the property of their fathers and forefathers and everything. So that is something which is beneficial in nature, and it will be applied retrospectively also, right? So that kind of laws have a retrospective effect because they are just beneficiary in nature. So you have to remember that. That is very, very important, that these kinds of laws are really, really important to understand, because uh, most of the laws have a prospective effect, right? If there is a reduction in jail time, for example, agar koi jail time mein reduction hai, obviously it is a beneficiary law, right? So jis bande agar kam ho raha hai, तो उस बंदे का जेल टाइम कम कर दिया जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, किसी आदमी ने नेग्लिजेंस से गाड़ी चलाई, उसका पनिशमेंट 5 साल था, राइट? ही इज इन जेल राइट नाउ एंड देयर इज अ न्यू लॉ पास दैट द पनिशमेंट इज बीन रिड्यूस्ड टू 3 years. एंड इमेजिन दैट पर्सन हैज already done a 3-year sentence, so he will be released at that point of time because it is a beneficiary law, right? So these kinds of laws are taken care. But agar same cheez agar ye बोल दे कि negligence in driving वो पनिशमेंट 5 साल का पनिश्ड है ऑलरेडी, और अमेंड हो जाता है लॉ कि अब वो 10 साल का पनिशमेंट हो गया, देन उस आदमी का कोई भी रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव इफेक्ट नहीं होगा कि उसका भी 10 साल कर दिया जाए, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं होगा, right? So that is the kind of use this maxim has, and you have to understand that there are some laws that can be applied retrospectively, but they are just beneficial in nature. Okay, coming to the next part of the day, that is quid facet per eminam facet per se, that is he who acts by or through another acts for himself. That is basically strict liability. अगर आपका ड्राइवर आपके लिए गाड़ी चला रहा है और वो किसी को ठोक देता है, तो बेसिकली यही माना जाएगा कि आपने गाड़ी को ठोका है, राइट? सो डेफिनेटली दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ maxim. This is what it is saying, that he who acts by or through another acts for himself. अगर आपकी गाड़ी आपका ड्राइवर ठोक के आ जाता है, तो आप भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल हेल्ड किए जाएंगे पूरा इक्वली, जैसे कि आप ही गाड़ी चला रहे थे, राइट? सो दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ थिंग that is being said in this maxim also. It is very, very important to understand that these maxims have a real life impact also. So definitely you can learn them for the real life itself, right? He who acts by or through another acts for himself. This is the maxim. Let's come on the next maxim for the day, that is quid pro quo. That means something for something, easy as that, nothing very complicated in this maxim. Something for something is quid pro quo, right? Now the next is rex non protest pecera. The king can do no wrong. Basically जब आप law school में भी जाएंगे तो आपको king की story बताई जाएगी. So basically it is said that the king can do no wrong. The function of the king is that he has immunity, right? He can take any decision and he'll not be held responsible for that, basically because he can do no wrong, right? So now sovereign powers immunity or crown immunity is a legal doctrine by which the state cannot commit a legal wrong and is immune from civil suit or criminal prosecution, right? So that was being said. ये बहुत पुरानी मैक्सिम्स है, लैटिन टाइम से आ रही है, तो आपको तब का पर्सपेक्टिव समझना चाहिए कि right at that point of time it was considered that the king can do no wrong. Basically that was a straightforward thing that was being said in these maxims. So he was immune, the state was immune from all kinds of civil and criminal prosecution. If you see it in China, that is very, very true, that the state can do no wrong there. Basically the state can punish people and they don't have any civil or criminal suits against them. So it is a it is kind of following this maxim only, so that you can also see as a live example for yourself. Now coming to the next maxim is solus populi est suprema lex. That is, the welfare of the people is the supreme law. That has to be defined, and it's very easy, that obviously it has to be the supreme law, that welfare and the benefit of the society is what it is meant to be done, right? And it is the function of the state to help the society also to grow. Now the health, welfare, good, salvation, felicity of the people should be the supreme law. That was the meaning of this maxim. Very straightforward, nothing very confusing in this case also, that obviously natural justice or any other law that is being brought into the society is meant to be done with the intention of providing people with welfare, justice, good salvation, felicity, everything, right? All the things that are mentioned under this definition also, right? So this is also one of the legal maxims that you can remember for your CLAT and AILET examinations. Coming to the next part, that is signed die, right? So ये अगर आप लोकसभा राज्यसभा की प्रोसीडिंग्स भी देखते हैं तो आपने दिखा होगा that the proceedings have been adjourned signed die, right, with no specific day, indefinitely. These are the terms that are synonym to signed die. Now you can see that adjournment signed die is without assigning a day for further meeting or hearing. That's what I've told you. That's what happens in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, that they adjourn the house for sign die time, that is indefinitely, and they will hear whenever they will call, and they need the permission of the president and the house speaker and everything. So these are the kind of things that will be happening. Okay, hi Anushka, I hope you are doing great. Okay, so now coming to the next maxim for the day, that is legal terms. Right now we will understand some of the legal terms for the day, because we have done some maxims, now sometimes for the legal terms also. Now the first legal term for the day is bona vacantia. That means the ownerless goods. There are sometimes that you will go on the cargo ship area where they will have the bona vacantia, which is there are ownerless goods जिनका वो लोग लास्ट में auction भी करते हैं. Lot of like ports do these auctions all around the world. So that is because the goods are said to be bona vacantia, right? Very simple, nothing very complicated. Coming to the next term, that is अल्ट्रा वायरस, विच इज बियॉन्ड द पावर्स. एज आपको पता होगा अगर आप कोर्ट या कोई भी लॉ पढ़ते हैं कि दैट द पावर्स दैट द पर्सन हैज एग्जीक्यूटेड वर अल्ट्रा वायरस, दैट ही इट वाज बियॉन्ड द पावर्स ऑफ द पर्सन. अल्ट्रा वायरस बहुत सारी चीजें हो सकती है, लाइक ज्यूरिसडिक्शन के बाहर हो सकता है, राइट? उनकी पावर या डिसीजन मेकिंग के एम्बिट से बाहर हो सकते हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल अ डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज और लाइक इन अ कंज्यूमर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कंज्यूमर फोरम देयर इज अ लिमिट दैट कि आप 2 करोड़ या 1 करोड़ से ज्यादा का जजमेंट नहीं ले सकते वहां पे, राइट? अगर वो 5 करोड़ का जजमेंट ले देते हैं तो द जज हैज टेकन द स्टेप्स अल्ट्रा वायरस, राइट? बेसिकली दीज आर द काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स दैट आर कंसिडर्ड अंडर द ultra category of ultra virus, and these are called beyond the powers, right? Beyond the powers of person. If he has acted ultra virus. Simple as that, nothing complicated in this. Coming to the next legal term for the day, that is lis pendens. That means a pending suit in the court. Very simple, nothing complicated. जो भी सारे suit pending होते court के अंदर, हमारे country में बहुत ज़्यादा lis pendens है, right? That means that there are a lot of suits that are pending inside the courtroom right now. So these are the kind of terms that you might see in your exams also. Coming to the next part, that is abduction. Now abduction is a very very important term that you need to understand. किडनैपिंग और अबडक्शन में बहुत ज्यादा फर्क होता है. किडनैपिंग उन्हीं लोगों की होती है जो 18 साल से नीचे होते हैं, राइट? जो अडल्ट नहीं होते उन्हीं लोगों की किडनैपिंग होती है. बट उनसे ऊपर जो भी होते हैं, above 18, any person who's been picked and like taken somewhere else is considered under the category of abduction, right? It's not called kidnapping, it's called abduction, राइट? फिर उसके बाद क्या होता है? अबडक्शन और एक्सटॉर्शन होता है कि आप पैसे भी दो, राइट? सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट इज डिफरेंट डील. Now, under the Indian Penal Code, what is the definition of abduction? It is defined under Section 362 of the Indian Penal Code, where it is said that whoever by force compels or by any deceitful manner incites any person to go from any place is said to have abducted the person. Simple as that, nothing very complicated. अगर किसी आदमी को entice कर दिया deceitful या मतलब गलत तरीके से, by force मतलब ये आप लेके गए हैं उसको, so that is person is said to be abducted. Right now the kidnapping और abduction के अंदर कुछ basic फर्क है, right? Kidnapping can only be done to minors, जो मैंने आपको पहला point बताया. Abduction can only happen with adults. The concept of taking out from legal guardianship is there, right? अगर आप किडनैप कर रहे हो तो बंदा लीगल गार्जियनशिप से बाहर जाना चाहिए, right? Like if there is a kid, he should go out of the possession of his parents, right? Or he should go out of the guardianship of his parents. The abduction part, there is no such concept. There is no legal guardian, because when you're above 18, you don't have a legal guardian. Now, all kidnappings are abductions, obviously, because the person is moved by force or deceitful manner. अगर बच्चे को भी लेके जा रहे तो ये सब चीजें होंगी. Well, all abductions are not kidnappings, because obviously abduction के अंदर adults भी included हैं जो kidnapping में नहीं है. Right? Basic आपको पता है ये होता ही है ऐसे. आपको पता है वेन डायग्राम आप बना सकते हो. अबडक्शन इज द बिगर सर्कल एंड किडनैपिंग इज द स्मॉलर सर्कल, बेसिकली दैट वे. ओके, सो दैट इज देयर. अब नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट लीगल टर्म, that is abuttals. That means the part of the boundaries of a piece of land which touch pieces of land alongside, basically our borders, right? The parts of the boundaries of a piece of land which touches piece of land alongside, that means our borders with other countries, are called abuttals. Not very complicated term, very easy to understand and very easy to remember also. So definitely I hope you will be able to remember abuttals too. Coming to the next term is acquit. Acquit का मतलब होता है when a court lets a person go without any penalty, right? You've been acquitted, you've been बाइज्जत बरी, आपने जो सुना होगा. If a court decide that a person is not guilty of a crime or that case has not been proved, it will acquit the person. That means it will let the person go without any penalty or without any penalizing them or giving them any punishment. The person will be acquitted. So that is a simple, ये आपने बहुत जगह term सुना होगा. This is a very, very important legal term for you to understand. Coming to the next term for the day, that is ad infinitum. That means endless or forever, right? So ये आपको easy term है, कोई इसमें ज्यादा समझने की आपको जरूरत है नहीं. तो ad infinitum is the endless or the forever terms that can be used under the legal scenario that you might find. Coming to the next part, that is annul. That means to cancel or invalidate marriage or bankruptcy, right? अगर आप cancel कर देते हो marriage को या bankruptcy घोषित कर देते हो invalid, so that is called annul. ANNUL. That is the next legal term for the day. Now, the next legal term is arbitrage. That means borrowing money at a low rate of interest to lend out again at a higher rate. That is called arbitrage. Buying and selling in different markets to make profit out of prices. That is also called arbitrage. Very simple legal term, nothing very complicated. You can all learn these terms because you might see these terms somewhere in your passages and you will never be able to understand the real meaning of it, which will lead to the wrong answers in your exam. So I hope you are learning these legal terms all together while we are discussing them today. The next is arson. ये arson आपने बहुत जगह सुना होगा. Setting fire to something, या आप कहीं आग लगा देते हैं to cause damage, is called arson, right? So that is the term that is being used to cause fire hazard to anyone, to cause damage, is called arson. Very simple, nothing complicated, easy to learn all 10 terms. So I hope you are able to understand these 10 terms very, very clearly, and this session will definitely help you out somewhere in the CLAT, in the AILET examination. So that is all for today, guys. I hope you were able to get some knowledge about these terms and legal maxims. So do make sure that you are hitting the like, share, and subscribe button. And as you know, that the third wave for COVID is about to hit India very hard. So definitely make sure that you are making your masks very available on your face and you're wearing them very, very regularly. You're washing your hands and you're using hand sanitizers, and also you're maintaining social distancing, right? So do take care of yourself, stay smiling, and definitely keep preparing, and all the best. Thank you, guys. See you soon on Friday again, I hope, and we will have an add-on session. So definitely do join us on Friday, and see you all again very, very soon. So take care of yourself. Thank you, those.